Whether you're a seasoned pro or an aspiring beginner, or maybe you have a full-time day job like me, finding or scheduling more time to create can be a big challenge. In this video, I'm going to show you how I manage my time better and how you can think about time in a whole new way so that you can do that too. And hey, real quick, if you find my videos helpful or want to hear more from me, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. And if there's a topic you need help with or you want me to cover here, drop a comment below. Okay, let's get at this time management thing. Here's something I hear quite a bit. DJ, I want to draw more comics, but I'm too busy, I just can't find the time. Or, I wish I could do this, but I have a full-time job and I'm exhausted at the end of the day and I just kind of want to unwind. Listen, that's all pretty much nonsense. Those are super convenient excuses. Most of the time, if you're wanting to do something and you don't do it, it's really because you're afraid you're going to fail or you're not good enough. But the only way to really succeed is if you spend the time to work on that thing, whatever it is. Like that classic, which came first, the chicken or the egg conundrum. You can't have success unless you spend the time to draw, and you can't find the time to draw, so you'll never have success. And hey, I get it. I have a full-time day job. I'm married and I would like to stay that way. And I raised 3 kids off into college, all while finding time to work on my own art on the side. So let's talk about time for a minute here. I think it's important for creators, or maybe everyone, to think of your time as the most precious commodity that you have. You know, it can be bought and sold and wasted. And without getting too morbid here, your time is very limited on this earth. It's the one thing that you have that if you spend it or waste it, you can never get it back again. As a Stoic, I think about this a lot, and it's made me really examine how and where and who I spend my time with. You know, binge watching a Netflix show, playing mindless hours of video games. When I really started to get honest with myself, I realized, wow, here I am wishing I could get some creative project done and I'm feeling stuck, but I just gave 10 hours of my life to this Netflix show or playing Animal Crossing, and I could never get that time back. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy those things. In fact, I think that there's totally a time where, as a creator, you need to refuel yourself and feed your creativity or enjoy and support other artists who are making awesome art, films, and games. But think about it, if you consider your time the most precious commodity that you have, and then you're honest about how much of that time you just willingly gave to binge watching a TV show on Netflix, or, it just starts to tick you off a little bit or wake you up. The truth is, you do have plenty of waking hours that you could invest better into yourself or your creativity. And you need to be aware, there's a whole cottage industry of time management books, journals, blah, 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 that ironically, you can waste a lot of time thinking about and not actually doing anything. I also wanted to avoid that hustle culture. You shouldn't feel like you're just a hustle machine working all the time. You do need that downtime to recharge as a creator. And just like you should have a budget for your finances, you should also budget out your time. So the first thing I suggest is time blocking out your day. Here's a look at my typical weekday schedule as someone who has a full-time day job and is making all kinds of creative content for myself, from comics, social content, and even videos like this one. I was inspired by Ben Franklin's daily routine. You know, he coined the phrase, early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Also, I think he coined the phrase, the early bird gets the worm. Here's what my typical workday looks like. I wake up at 5 a.m., I feed the animals, walk the dog, I shower, I have some coffee, a lot of coffee. Then I have about 2 to 2.5 hours of time, and I like to do work like inking or coloring or busting out the more mindless tasks for the day. I don't like to do a lot of conceptual work or something that's going to put me into a very serious zone, because I know that I'm going to have to switch gears and go to the day job in an hour or so. Typically 9 to 5 is going to be like my day job hours. If I start earlier than that, I just shift my 8 hours around. And now that I'm busier with my art again, I try to limit my workday to 8 hours and not put in 10 to 12 hour days. I would say the 2-hour block between 5 and 7 can be filled with doing some life stuff, talking to my wife, exercising, having dinner, just spending that time kind of unwinding from the workday. After 7 p.m., this is kind of what I like to call open time. If I'm working on something big or have deadlines, then I'm usually drawing. But this time I can also use to just enjoy a show or feed my creativity or even just chill out and relax. But between 9 and 11, this is me time again. It's perfect hours for me to jam on comics or freelance jobs for me. It's a great way to end my day. And I usually feel tired around 10 or 10:30, but sometimes if I'm in the zone, I can go all the way to midnight. I need about 5 to 6 hours of sleep, so no matter what, 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. has to be the sleepy times for me. Listen, I'm not telling you that you have to get up at 5 a.m., but it's important for you to sit down and budget out your time in these blocks and be honest about how you spend that time. Another fun way you can think about how you spend your time visually is with coins. So get about 24 pennies, and each coin represents 1 hour of your day, and you can spend them however you wish. But remember, unlike money, you can never get it back once you spend it or waste it. Here you can see how I divide up my hours into these quadrants. And so should you need more time to sleep or more working time, or maybe you have a commute or something else, you can move these hours back and forth and spend them as you wish. It's all like supply and demand. And if you're a full-time artist or freelancer, you can't use the excuse at all of not having time. You just need to budget it better and start thinking about where and who and what you're spending your time on, and is it really worth it? I hope this makes you think about your time a little differently now, and I want to thank all of you for spending a little time watching this video. Be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and if you wanted to spend about 6 more minutes of your time, I made this video here to show you how much you should charge for your time and how to set your rates. So check that out, and I'll see you on the other side.